Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Micah Let's Play, and guess who I am? I'm Micah, because who else would I be? Guys, do you know what's been missing on this channel? Something that has been missing like a cog to a clock? You want to know what it is? It's Resident Evil. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And before I jump into all of the Resident Evil goodness that I'm going to share with you today, I made an intro specifically for you. Enjoy! Wink!
Now loading Micah's Let's Play.
Let's talk about the Resident Evil movie remake. Oh my glob, guys, I have been wanting to talk about this for a minute, but unfortunately, life, holidays, you know the drill. Shit got busy. How about that? So today, we're going to be talking about the Resident Evil movie reboot, some of the stuff going on behind the scenes, and some of the new photos that came out. Although this was like a month ago. I can still play catch up. Shut up. Anywho's, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about are the set photos. Now, as you can see on screen, we got new images of the Spencer Mansion as well as the orphanage. But let's talk a little bit about the Spencer Mansion. So as you can see here on screen, there are some outdoor shots as well as there are some new indoor shots of the Spencer Mansion. And oh my god, they look freaking fantastic. And then the orphanage. Now, I said in a past video, I think they're going to take inspiration from the Resident Evil 2 remake, the Remake 1 and Remake 2. I think that's where the movie's going with its creations, the design, the architectural designs, as you can see with the Kendo shop and all that. But with the orphanage, it confirmed my suspicions that they are going to be taking huge inspiration from the remake games. I even tweeted about it. Here it is on screen. I could not believe when I saw the orphanage. I was like, oh my god, they're taking inspiration from the remakes. So, again, I made that prediction earlier, and we're going to talk about my predictions later in the video. But yeah, those are some things that I saw that I was really excited about personally. And honestly, as I've said once and I'll say it again, I cannot wait for it. So now, I want to switch gears and talk a little bit about some Easter eggs that I think that the movie's going to be telling us. And one of the Easter eggs I think that they're going to put in the movie is Lisa Trevor. Now, there was this little footage of a lady running around with her hands tied, jumping off walls. I saw this a long time ago on Twitter, and I think Lisa Trevor may actually be in the movie. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the original Resident Evil game that came out back in 1996, there was no Lisa Trevor. Lisa Trevor was added years later in the 2002 remake Resident Evil, and she was added, and she was a wonderful and very welcomed addition to the game. So when I saw this little clip here of this lady bouncing off walls with her hands tied together, a lot of people thought what I was thinking. Is that, stunt work for Lisa Trevor? So I'm excited to see that they might actually put some of that in there. Another Easter egg that I think also may be in the game, going back to the more of the Resident Evil 1 Spencer Mansion, I think that they're going to tie in a lot of different Easter eggs from that game. Like I said, outside of Lisa Trevor, I think they're going to add Easter eggs from the original Resident Evil game with some of the storytelling, and I think maybe even some of the dialogue. And that's just speculation on my part. There's no confirmed information on any of this. This is just what I'm thinking that may be an Easter egg that they might add into the movie. Another Easter egg that I think from Resident Evil 2 that they might put in, when we got to see Kendo shop. Now in the remake, Kendo shop was basically super short, and only Leon goes to Kendo shop. Claire does not go there in the remake. But in the original Resident Evil 2 that came out back in 1998, Claire and Leon both run through Kendo shop, And, you know, Kendall says the famous line of, "Oh, sorry about that, babe. Let me get the door." And you hear all the locking sounds. And he said, "I got no clue, darling." And like, if you guys remember that game, you know what I'm talking about. But I think they might insert some of that in this remake in the reboot movie. But if they do, I would be so happy to see it. But if they don't, they might do what they did in the RE2 and RE3 remakes, where he's just basically, you see his daughter has been horribly she's been injured, she's going to turn into a zombie, and Leon and Claire may run into him either on separate paths, or they both might run into him together, which I hope they do, but we'll see what happens when the movie comes out. Another thing I think they're going to do with the movie is that if you remember any of the S.T. Perry novelizations of Resident Evil. Now, for those of you who don't know, S.T. Perry actually wrote Resident Evil's 1 all the way, I believe, through Resident Evil, I want to say 6. I only read a few of the books, but I would highly recommend that you check out this lady here, Beggy Beg Beg, on YouTube. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's already covered the first two S.T. Perry novelizations of Resident Evil and in Resident Evil 0, and S.T. Perry did a phenomenal job. The books I do remember reading is Resident Evil 1, 0, 2, 3, and Code Veronica. And honestly, I think S.T. Perry did such a good job, especially with Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica. Phenomenal stuff. But what I'm thinking that may happen in this reboot, as I think they're going to draw some inspiration from that as well. Again, there's nothing that confirms that might even happen. But what I'm thinking is that I think they're going to do two movies at the same time. They're going to have pieces of RE1, have pieces of RE2, and kind of merge the movies together. Kind of like two different stories are going to be happening at the same time. So you're going to see a little bit of what goes on with Chris and Jill at the mansion, and then you're going to get a little bit of what happens in the city with Claire and Leon. And I think they're going to have both events happening at the same time. Because if you know the story with Resident Evil 1, basically Bravo team and Alpha team goes to the Auclay Mountains to investigate these cannibalistic murders that's been happening on the outskirts of Raccoon City, and that kind of jumpstarts the events of 0 and 1. And then 2 months later, the events of Resident Evil 2 Resident Evil 2 and 3 take place, where, you know, Jill is running around the city trying to get away from the Nemesis, and then Claire and Leon both run into Raccoon City, and they both discover, oh my god, zombies are everywhere. So I think that the movie may take inspirations from that. If I'm wrong, I'm just wrong, but I hope that in my heart, that they do that, because I think it would add to the movies, and I think it would add to the storytelling, because the S.T. Perry novels are awesome. And of course, we all know the remake of Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 are absolutely fabulous. I love all three remakes. But you know, again, this is just all off the top of my head, and this is all speculation. There's nothing corroborating anything I'm saying, but I'm so here for it. And another thing I'm really excited about is that we actually do get a clip of the gentleman who's going to play as Leon, kind of talking to fans. He's not talking about the movie, but you do notice it looks like he's wearing the RPD uniform, and I'm so excited about it. Here's the clip here.
You know, it's funny, like, this is fun, and you guys seem nice, but I get the sense that I'm gonna get bored by this. Sort of like how I got bored by Instagram, and then before that I got bored by Twitter, and then Facebook.
Someone just said, "You're in the dark." I'll tell you what, Sherlock Holmes, you are unbelievable.
Pretty cool, right? And then there's even, you get a little bit of the gentleman who's going to be playing Wesker, Mr. Hopper. He's actually talking to someone, I guess it was their birthday, so here's his clip.
Hello, this is a message for Sonny Chow. It's Tom Hopper here. And yes, I'm about to play Wesker in Resident Evil. That is an excellent effort on trying to get me to talk about what we're doing on the movie. But I'm not gonna. Very clever, though.
And the reason why I showed you both of those clips because both actors look super excited about the project. They look like they're gung ho for it, as you clearly heard them talk about. But man, I cannot wait because Leon looks amazing. I know he doesn't look like this Leon, but I think the actor is gonna do a great job. And I say his name really funny. I think his name is Asari, and if I'm saying his name incorrectly, I apologize immensely. It is a Hindu Indian name, and I do apologize if I'm saying his name awfully wrong, or I believe it might be Arabic. Again, forgive me for my incorrectness on that. But yeah, I mean, he looks excited about the role. I think he's going to make a fantastic Leon. Like I said, to me, Jill and Leon are so pretty. I think the actors that they picked for them are absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait to see all of the rest of the STARS members in uniform. And also, they've added more characters. They've added a few more characters. Richard is going to be in the movie, and this is the guy that's going to be playing Richard, which I'm thinking he's going to play Richard. I think he's going to be in the mansion when Chris finds him. But the question I'm wondering, who's going to play Rebecca, and is Rebecca even going to be in this movie? So that's another thing I'm excited to see and learn more about, because right now this is all the information that we have that we've been given, and I can't wait to get more. And if there is more information and I accidentally overlooked it, can someone let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk about that in my next Resident Evil movie update. And then another thing I do want to talk about is that I think they're going to also put in a little bit, just a little bit, of Resident Evil 3. And here's why I'm thinking this, because if you look at the actress who's going to be playing as Jill, I think they're going to put a little bit of her, like I said, in the RE1 scenario, but I think they're going to set up elements of Resident Evil 3 while this movie is taking place. Because if you played the remake of Resident Evil 3, you see how Jill, when she's in the nest, or Nest 2, you see how she finds out all the backstory on Nemesis's creation. She finds out his name, that he was created in Europe using the parasite. If you know the story, you understand what I'm talking about. But I think they're going to set some stuff up like that in there, because RE3's story was so, in my opinion, it was very well done, though there wasn't a lot of puzzles in it, and it was so cinematic the way it looked. I think they're really going to add those elements to this movie, and if we see the movie and that's in there, recall this video, because I'm going to be so happy with saying, I was right! And if I was wrong, then you guys can all come back to this movie in the comment section and inform me of how incorrect I was with all of my predictions. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about the Resident Evil movie? Are you excited about it? Are you not excited about it? Or is it because of Milla in the past, you kind of said, I've had my taste of Resident Evil movies and I'm good? And don't worry, like I said, I'm going to be talking about the Milla Jovovich movie franchise, but that's going to be coming in 2021. So sit tight, baby. Mike is cooking up a whole bunch of good stuff for you, especially when it comes to my favorite franchise, Resident Evil. I just love Resident Evil. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a weird fixation with this franchise. I don't know what it is about zombies and running around in skimpy outfits that just makes me happy as a human being. I don't know. But again, guys, what do you think? Are you excited, like I said before, again, or you want none of it? Or are you like me and the rest of the RE community, and we're keeping our fingers crossed and we're really excited about all the stuff, especially with seeing the truck? When in the past video, I showed you this clip of the truck driving by, and the fact that they actually put this in the game, I mean, they're going to put this in the movie, again, I'm really excited about it. Again, I don't know the director that well, only that he did 42 Meters Down. Hopefully, if I'm saying the movie's name wrong, the icon will be right here to correct me. He did that movie. I know he did some other films, and I know he's a smaller director, but I'm excited to see what he'll do, and I hope that he will stay true to the source material. I don't want to exact, blow by blow remake of the movies as video games. I mean, the video game as a movie or whatever. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I do want to see something closer to what we as a fan, I want to see something a little bit closer to the games than what we got with, you know, with Milla's version of Resident Evil, that parallel universe we got with Alice. But with all that said, guys, if you enjoyed this video and all of my random commentary and speculation, do me a favor by considering liking this video, subscribing to my channel, leaving me a comment in the comment section down below, then hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I'm uploading videos and talking about everything Resident Evil just for you. Then remember my golden rules of washing your hands, wearing gloves, wearing masks, practicing social distance, giving everyone love and respect, because guess what? That's how you get it in return. And with all that said, remember, all Black Lives Matter. I'm just gonna have to see you on the flip side, so bye!